You know when you read modern literature and it all sucks, and you're like, why does it all suck? And it's because it was written by a communist? Well, this book really isn't that different. Hey everyone, Dylan Schumacher, Citadel Defense, and we're back with another edition of Tactical Book Review. And today's book is On Guerrilla Warfare by Mao Zedong. Now, if you don't know who Mao Zedong is, he was the man who turned China communist, right? Fought a series of wars over a very long time, eventually won, and China is communist today because of Mao Zedong. He is responsible for, I don't know, someone, we don't really know, somewhere between like 50 and 100 million people died under his leadership in China, either through murder or starvation or whatever. Has the highest body count of any communist in history ever. Horrible guy. But that is a different story. I read his book on guerrilla warfare because I am trying to read through some more books on guerrilla warfare. And, you know, I got to tell you, most of the books I'm reading are not that good. There's one or two that, I think one that I can think of offhand that's been pretty informative and helpful. And this one falls into the not that good category. This is translated by Samuel B. Griffith. And this was translated in the 60s, I think in like 1961. And the best part about this book is Samuel B. Griffith's commentary in the beginning of the book. He has a little introduction on Mao Zedong and Mao's thinking. That's the best part of the book. The actual book that's written by Mao, it's not that informative. I've heard this listed on a couple different lists. It's kind of like one of the definitive works on guerrilla warfare, you know, and you should read it. And, you know, it's got the deep wisdom, the Eastern wisdom and understanding how they do warfare, etc., etc. I don't think there's much here, to be honest. And what I guess I mean is for you, right? Now, maybe if you are developing strategies for the United States military against Eastern armies, and you know you need to understand deeper in their way of thinking, maybe you should read this. Maybe you're probably just still better off just going right to the source of reading Sun Tzu and just dealing with that. But I don't think there's much here. This is half propaganda, 10% actually informative about like what you should do and how your units should work. And I don't think there's anything here for the modern American Minuteman that they couldn't get elsewhere, or you haven't just heard in passing already, right? Like, you know, the line that Mao is the most famous for, right, is like something effective like the gorilla exists in the sea of the masses, right? Like a fish exists in water, the gorilla exists in the sea of the masses, meaning like you need the support of the people, and they're your supply line, and that's where you hide, and that's where you live, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You've probably heard that before. And if not, well, now you have, now you don't need to read the book. So I'm just not that impressed with Mao's work here. I don't think it's very informative. I don't think it's very helpful. I don't think it offers any new insights that you probably don't already know. I think it's under its communicativeness of guerrilla warfare is very surface level. I just don't think it's that well written. It was written during their war with Japan, right? So during World War II, and Mao, they're trying to drive out the Japanese out of China. So it talks a little bit about like coordinating with main forces and guerrilla forces, and I don't know. There's maybe one or two concepts in here that are worth your time, but by and large, I would just tell you this one's a skip, and wait till I write a book on guerrilla warfare, because I promise it'll be better than this. So that's it. That's all I got. That is Mao Zedong's On Guerrilla Warfare. If for whatever reason you still want to read this, I will put a description or a link in the description below, which I always try to do, but I would just tell you to skip it. Do brave deeds and endure.